Okay, so I haven't talked about Ian Garry yet. Ian Garry. I liked him, and then I didn't like him. And then I liked him, and then I didn't like him. Ian Garry's that kind of guy. He opens his mouth 1 second, and it's like, yeah, you got to believe in yourself for sure. Awesome. He goes out there. Beautiful performance against Daniel Rodriguez. Beautiful performance against this guy, that guy. Looks great. But then he says some other stuff that just, what? What? Like, this is a young guy. I think he's 25. And it's like, dude, you got the world all figured out? You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck are you? You're a new parent, and you're taking a shot at Neil Magny and his parenting. And me personally, in my opinion, Ian Garry blew the situation way out of proportion. He made this into fucking Mount Everest, okay? He made a mountain out of a molehill. And why do I say that? What I saw, and this is why maybe this is all I saw Magny say, this is going to be like a father taken to his son. That's all I saw. Can someone show me elsewise? I didn't see Magny say, I beat my kids. Oh, I beat that little motherfucker's ass. Oh, this, that, and the third. I didn't see him say all that. I just saw him say, this fight is going to look like a father taken to his son. That's what I saw. I didn't go, what? What do you say? Or that's more Australian, but my Connor's way better than my Ian Garry. I don't give a fuck about learning Ian Garry's accent, But not yet, anyways. If he gets champion, then maybe I'll do it. But anyways, Ian Garry completely overblew the situation. I don't think Neil Magny said anything. Why is that? All I know. Because Neil Magny's a boring guy. I'm not going to watch a whole interview. I looked through the comments. Oh, here's a timestamp. Clicked it. That's the extent of the research done, okay? So if you have a better clip, send it to me. Let me know if I'm wrong. Now, with all of that said, Neil Magny is an older, declining, not even really gatekeeper, I would say. I would say journeyman, right? I would say journeyman. An older, declining journeyman. How is that like? And he didn't finish him. He didn't get finished. Now, Neil Magny's super tough. Neil Magny doesn't really get finished like that. It's hard to finish him. Neil Magny in his prime, cardio for days, all this stuff. But you could see that he looked shot out against Ian Garry. He didn't have much offense to give. The legs were, destroyed. Just not much. The butt scooting was annoying me at times. Not much. But that's okay. He's 9 years older than this guy. He's been in the game forever. And time catches up to us all. No problem against Neil Magny. But Ian Garry to act like this. To me, that don't look like Conor. It looks like Ronda. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's bad. That's why it's not a good look for Ian Garry. That reminds me more of when Ronda Rousey was doing her thing and how people were hating on it, as opposed to when Conor flipped off Dennis Seaver. You get what I'm saying? When Conor flipped off Dennis Seaver, it was like, it was different. It was a different vibe to it. And I think that's because Conor McGregor, when he would talk all this stuff, he would never really try to lecture everyone. He would never really try to say, no questions for him, and this is what it is. He never lectured us and made us, like, I'll say SJW. It's a SJW vibe with Ian Garry. And he's morally trying to point the finger at people. Never okay to put your hands on a child, even in discipline. Like, what? Like, I've been hit before as a kid, and I deserved it, It is what it is. Like, it's one of those things. If your kid is doing something dumb and acting up, it's okay to, not go wild and fucking like, that's not okay. But it's not okay at all. But to don't touch that. That's fine. Don't touch that. You know? Like, what you doing? It's okay to yell sometimes. It's okay to, make them understand consequences. That's okay. And for him to come out and completely put that on Neil Magny and all this stuff, just because of this, just because of what I heard about the, it's going to be like a father taken to his son. That's all I heard Neil Magny say, guys. That's all he said. Just ridiculous. And completely turned a bunch of other people, not really feeling Ian Garry either. And what's next for him? He called out Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy turned down the fight, in my opinion, rightfully so. If you're Wonder Boy, I mean, Wonder Boy is aging as well at this point, and I don't think Wonder Boy is going to do the UFC a favor after. I mean, has he gotten paid yet? You know what I mean? Like, what's the situation with that? Because he did make weight. Like, what do you mean? I showed up. What do you mean I don't get paid? You know? So I could see how he's still sour, and now the UFC want him to do a favor by fighting this guy, you know? Like, come on. What are we doing? What are we doing here? I was just about to fight, who was he just about to fight? Michel Pereira. He was just about to fight him, and now you're going to give me this guy who's, like, way more of a prospect and way more of a chance of me losing. I'm not going to do that. It makes no sense. So, I'm with Wonder Boy on that, even though it's going to hurt his stock. At this point, though, fought for the title several times. I think Wonder Boy should focus on fun fights. That's just me, but whatever. With that said, Ian Garry, not feeling him. He beat up Neil Magny, but a lot of people have. And I'm not trying to shit on Neil Magny, but this performance against Neil, like, if Ian Garry was like, Ian Garry, like, oh my God, he finishes him here, you know? The same way how Conor finished Dennis Seaver, Ian Garry should have finished Neil Magny, okay? And this wasn't Conor Max Holloway. Neil Magny's not Max Holloway. You know, he's not a young prospect either. He's not a young guy. He's an aging veteran who's on the way out. He should have been finished by the young upstart. You know what I mean? That should have happened. But he didn't. Neil Magny, that's the feather in his cap for Neil Magny. If you're Neil Magny, that's the feather in your cap. That he didn't finish me. I'm hard to kill. You know, he could say that. But outside of that, man, I don't know. I could see people continuing to turn on Ian Garry, and everybody gets humbled in this game, man. That's going to be a good one. Everybody gets humbled in mixed martial arts, combat sports in general, you know, unless you're Floyd Mayweather and you're managing to, you know, I don't want to say duck and dodge, but like play the game smart, you know, like, okay, he's really good over here, but I'm going to avoid him because there's no drug testing and da-da-da. I'm not just going to fight him to fight him, and whatever the case may be, right? Pick your opponents and fight them at the right time, which you're not able to do in the UFC. So I don't know. Everybody gets exposed. Everybody gets humbled, and it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments, how you feel about Ian Garry going forward, if you think Ian Garry is going to be a fan favorite, love him to hate him, a pay-per-view star maybe. Maybe he main events a fight night soon. That could be cool. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, how you feel about this guy. If you agree with me, disagree with me, doesn't matter. Just join the discussion, and please follow for more. Thank you.